everyone. This is Nim Kolkar. Let me just wait for a moment. So as always, I'm just making sure that the notification for today's very impromptu Facebook Live has gone through to everyone. So welcome everyone to Sunday Chats with Nim. This is Nim Kolkar. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an author, motivational speaker, and life coach based in Sydney, Australia. And hopefully you are all having a fabulous Ganpati Bappa festival and enjoying the festivities, the sweets, the music, the company, etc. I'm currently wearing one of my favorite saris ever, bought in Chennai when I was there on a holiday in India a couple of years ago. So this is one of my favorite saris. So as you can tell, in slightly different attire than normal. And I actually don't have a topic ready for today because I've been busy with, the festival preparations and cooking and all that kind of thing. So I don't really have anything special that is lined up for today, but I looked at the clock and it was nearing 4 o'clock and I said, well, it's time for Sunday Chats with Nim, and I have to keep my promise to you all and show up. So here I am. It's going to be a very, very quick session. And then just as I was logging in, I was thinking, well, what do I talk about considering I don't have anything prepared? Usually I like to think about my topics beforehand. So I thought, let's just have an impromptu casual chat. And I thought I'll share with you maybe 2 or 3 life lessons that I have picked up along the way in my journey so far. Life lessons that have been particularly impactful because as you go through life, as you meet different people, as you have different experiences, there are so many different things we learn. So I thought, since this is just an impromptu catch-up today, let me talk about a couple of life lessons that I have learned so far. So the first thing I want to talk about, and this is something I have said in many of my articles and in many of my videos, and that is the importance of having the right inner circle of friends. I truly believe that your inner circle of friends can either make you or break you. If you're spending time with the wrong kind of group, where there's a lot of negative peer pressure, etc., then chances of you achieving your goals or having a productive life tend to decrease. But if you're surrounded by the right kind of friends, then the sky is the limit. I truly believe it's better to have a smaller number of friends than to have a large group where you feel out of place. So a long time ago, I decided that it's very important for me to surround myself with the right people. So the friends that I currently have, and they're few and far between because I'm very particular about the type of people I spend time with. But these friends of mine, we encourage each other. We encourage each other to dream big. We make ourselves demand more from ourselves. And that's the kind of friends you need to surround yourself with. Okay. My friends are my cheerleaders, but they're also my very, very realistic critics. So while they'll always tell me, Nim, go ahead and do it, you can do it, they'll also tell me when I'm going wrong or when I've done something wrong. They're my realistic cheerleaders. Okay. So that's something very, very important. Let me quickly say my highs. Hi, Pari. Hi, Kirti. Thank you, Pari. That's a very sweet compliment. Nitin says, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. How are you, Nitin? Hi, Chandni. How are you? Hi, Esther. So it's good to see you all here. I'm just doing a very, very quick one today. And so that was my first life lesson that I wanted to share with you. The second important thing I wanted to talk about, it's very important for you to know your own strengths. By that, I mean, you should know what you're good at. And then when someone compliments you on that particular strength, I feel there is no place for false humility. You must accept that compliment, particularly if you believe it to be true. Many times when we are praised for things that we know we are good at, we believe that we should be humble and coy and we should reject that compliment. But I don't think that's a good idea. I'm going to give you an example, and I've talked about this in one of my past videos. A few years ago, I remember having gone to this social gathering, and there was this lady there who, she sings beautifully, and she often sings at different events, and everyone knows she has a beautiful voice. I mean, she doesn't sing professionally, but she has a lovely voice. And I paid her a very genuine compliment, and I said, I think you have a lovely voice. You sing beautifully. And this lady, instead of accepting the compliment, she felt compelled to giggle and laugh and say, oh no, not at all, not at all, you're mistaken. Now that was what confused me, because she knows that she sings well. I know that she sings well. I've paid her an honest compliment about something she's good at, and yet she felt the need to be humble and to decline that compliment. So what I'd like each of you to do is, first and foremost, know the one or two things that you do really well. And I'm sure there are one or two things that you do really, really well. And if someone compliments you about it, then accept that compliment gracefully, instead of trying to justify and come up with reasons why that other person might have been mistaken about this particular skill or talent of yours. So for example, I'm a writer, and I think writing is one of my strengths. Of course, I'm not perfect at it. Of course, I'm evolving as a writer every single day, and I'm learning to be a better writer every single day. But I do believe that it is one of the things that I do well. So if someone compliments me and says, hey, Nim, I really love your writing, or hey, Nim, you write really well, all that I need to do is say thank you and acknowledge it, because I know that it is one of my strengths. So there is no need for false humility. Okay? Know what you're good at, acknowledge it to yourself, and when someone gives you a compliment about it, accept it gracefully. Now, I always like to joke, I'm not very good at mathematics, so if someone were to compliment me about how good I am at maths or putting 2 and 2 together, I'm not going to accept that compliment, because I know it's not true. But if someone were to talk about writing, then I'm going to accept that compliment, because I acknowledge the fact that it is one of my strengths, and you don't have to be ashamed to acknowledge what you're good at. Okay, so that's the second thing I wanted to talk about. And the third and last life lesson I wanted to share with you is that a lot of people I know are not doing many things that they want to do in life because they're waiting to get approval, the stamp of approval from every single person in their inner circle. Now, if you keep waiting to please every single person, you're not going to end up pleasing anybody, and you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. Now, I always like to say that life is not a popularity contest. We are not here to win Mr. Popularity or Miss Popularity, and yet many of us are living our lives almost as though that's exactly what we are aiming for. Okay, so a few years ago, when I gave up my pretty lucrative career in the corporate space to start my own business, I know that there were some people who supported my decision, and there were many others who almost ridiculed it and thought I was making a grave mistake. Okay, there were some that were not happy with my decision, and there were some that were very excited about my decision. Now, I knew exactly who are the people in my inner circle whose approval I needed. Okay, and they were just less than a handful of people. Once I had their approval and once I had their blessings, I didn't wait to get the approval of every single person, because guess what would have happened if I had waited for everyone to be happy about my decision to leave corporate and start my own business? I'd still be where I was all those years ago, right? So that's the last thing I want to leave you with, is that in life, you're not going to please every single person, particularly when you make a difficult decision. And many of us have to make difficult decisions at different points in our lives. When you make that decision, make sure that you're not waiting endlessly to make everyone happy, because you're not going to make everyone happy. I'll tell you that today itself, so that you can save time and heartache. Just make sure that the handful of people who truly matter in your life know what you're doing, and that, they understand. They're the only people to whom you need to explain. But you don't have to justify and explain every single decision of yours to every single person and wait for their approval, because you'll be waiting forever. Okay, so that's it from me for today. Let me I know there have been a few comments, so I'll just quickly say my highs. Niraka says, good evening, Nim. Great festive look. Thank you, Niraka. That's what I was just telling everyone at the start. This is my favorite sari, which I bought in Chennai in India, I think a year or two ago when I was there on holiday. And I don't really wear many saris, but for Ganpati Bappa festival, I certainly do each year. So thank you. Hi, Vaishali. Esther says, you look beautiful. Thank you, Esther. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi to you too, Arvind. Thank you, Vaishali. Happy Ganpati Bappa Moria to you too. Pratima says, you look so different and so lovely for this festive season. Thank you, Pratima. Yes, it's I personally love the sari as an outfit. I think it's a very, very elegant outfit. It's just something I don't wear very often, but recently, over the last couple of years, I've increased my collection of saris. So, a few years ago, I used to have just a couple of saris in my wardrobe. But now I have maybe 8 or 9. So it's still a very young collection, but I'm increasing it with time. And Nitin says, sometimes I don't get the time to see your Sunday live videos, but I make it a point to download. Oh, that's very nice of you, Nitin. Thank you very much. Yes, it is a bit of a tricky time. It's 4 p.m. in Sydney, which is, I think, 11:30 a.m. in India. So the reason I picked 4 p.m. initially when I started this program a couple of years ago was because it's sort of after lunchtime and before dinner time, somewhere in the middle, siesta time, that kind of thing on a Sunday afternoon. So that's why 4 p.m. But yes, it's available as a recorded video as well on my page. So all good. Vaishali says, love your talks. Thank you, Vaishali. That's good to know. Hi, Shilpa. How are you? Monica says, hi, Nim. Looking beautiful. Ganpati Bappa Moria to you too. So hopefully you all had a nice day so far. It's the festivities. And yeah, so today I did, our typical Maharashtrian puja food, which is the batatachi bhaji and the varan bhat, and what else did we have? We had the modak, so we had all that, and it is a day in the year, like all of you, that we look forward to, isn't it? So it's fun to dress up and enjoy. Anupama, wish you the same. Thank you very much. So thank you, everyone. Love you all. Enjoy the rest of the festival, and I will see you again next week with another topic to help you get ahead personally as well as professionally. Talk soon. Lots of love. Bye.